Have you ever seen a stray cat watching you from a distance, eyes wide, body tense, and wondered what it would take to earn their trust? Maybe you've tried. Maybe you sat on the ground, hand outstretched, waiting, and they still ran. Most people believe stray cats are just too wild, too scared, too far gone to ever trust a human again. But the truth is completely different. Stray cats are not broken. They are not unfixable. They have simply learned, through experience, that humans are unpredictable. And what's incredible is this: you can undo that learning. There is a step-by-step process to earning the absolute trust of a stray cat, and it works almost every single time. Step number 7, almost no one knows about it. But once you understand it, you will never approach a stray cat the same way again. Before we get into the steps, there is one thing you need to understand, and it changes everything. Stray cats do not see humans the way house cats do. A house cat has been handled since kittenhood. They know what a hand means. Hands that throw things, hands that move too fast. To a stray cat, you are not a potential friend. You are a potential threat. The most common mistake people make is rushing. They see the cat, they feel empathy, they want to help, and they move too fast. They reach out, they make eye contact. They walk directly toward the cat, and then they are confused when the cat bolts. Here is the first and most important rule. Earning a stray cat's trust is not about convincing them to like you. It is about proving over and over that you are not dangerous. Every single step in this guide is built on that principle. Once you really understand that, the process becomes clear. So let's walk through it 10 steps in order to go from complete stranger to trusted human. Step 1, create a predictable routine. Cats are creatures of habit, even stray cats, especially stray cats. When you live on the streets, predictability is survival. A cat that knows which alley is safe at which hour is a cat that lives another day. So your very first job is the simplest one. Show up at the same time in the same place every single day. It does not have to be complicated. If you see a stray cat near your home, pick a time, morning or evening, whatever you can be consistent with, and go outside. Sit down, place some food or a small treat at a distance, and do not try to get closer. At this stage, you are not building friendship. You are building a pattern. The cat needs to learn, at this time, in this place, that human appears, and nothing bad happens. Think about your own life for a moment. Who do you trust? The people who are consistent, the people who show up. It is the same for a cat, and this first step might take days, or it might take weeks. There is no shortcut, but without this foundation, nothing else works. Step 2, master the art of non-threatening body language. Cat body language is a two-way street. Most people only think about reading the cat, but the cat is reading you. Every second. And you might be saying things you do not mean to say. Here are the rules for your body when you are near a stray cat. 1, never loom. Standing over a cat, even a friendly house cat, triggers their predator response. With a stray, it is 10 times worse. Instead, make yourself small. Sit on the ground, better yet, sit sideways. When you face a cat directly with your full body, it signals confrontation. 2, avoid direct eye contact. To a cat, a stare is a threat. Instead, do what is called a slow blink. Look toward them, then slowly close your eyes and open them again. A slow blink is how cats tell each other, "I am not a threat." If the cat slow blinks back, and they often do, that is your first real sign of progress. That is cat trust signs in action. 3, keep your hands low and slow. Never reach over a cat's head. Never move your hand quickly toward them. Let your hand rest on the ground, palm down, fingers relaxed. Let the cat come to you. 4, be quiet. Soft voice only, no sudden sounds. Stray cats live in a world of loud, unpredictable noises. Your silence is your most powerful tool. Step 3, let the cat set the pace. This is the step where most well-meaning people fail. They see the cat getting closer. Maybe the cat comes within a few feet now, and they think, "It is time. I can reach out now." Do not do it. Let me say this as clearly as I can. Every time you force an interaction the cat is not ready for, you erase days or even weeks of progress. Trust is built slowly and broken instantly. If the cat comes closer, celebrate that in your mind, but do not change your behavior. Stay still. Let them sniff the air around you. Let them circle. Let them walk away. and come back. Your job is to be boring, safe, and predictable. The moment you will know the cat is ready to move to the next step is when they initiate contact. They rub against your leg, they sniff your hand. They sit near you with their back turned, and a cat turning their back to you is one of the most powerful cat trust signs there is. It means I believe you will not attack me from behind. That is huge, that is progress, but you still cannot rush. Step 4. The first touch, done right. The cat has approached you. They are near you. Maybe they even brushed against you. Now you can finally offer touch, but where you touch matters just as much as how. Never touch a stray cat's back first. Never reach over their head. Both of these are threatening. They trigger the instinct to flee or fight. Instead, extend one finger, not your whole hand, and let them sniff it. Once they do, if they stay close, try a gentle scratch under the chin or along the side of the cheek. These are the areas where cats have scent glands. When you touch them there, you are not just being friendly, you are participating in a social ritual that cats understand. You are speaking their language. Keep the first touch short. 3 seconds, then pull back. Let the cat decide if they want more. If they lean in, continue. If they flinch or pull away, stop immediately and go back to just sitting. No disappointment, no pushing. The cat needs to learn that touch ends when they want it to end. That is what builds real how to gain a cat's trust. Step 5. Feeding as a bonding tool. By now, food has been part of your routine from day one. But at this stage, food becomes something more. It becomes a bonding tool. If the cat is comfortable enough to be near you while they eat, you can begin to close the gap. Literally. Place the food a little closer to where you sit. Over days, not hours. The goal is for the cat to eventually eat within arm's reach. Eventually, you can offer food directly from your hand, but only after the cat has already shown comfort with touch. Put a small treat on your flat palm and hold it out at ground level. Do not move, let them take it. If they do not take it the first time or the 5th time, that is okay. Place it on the ground instead. Try again tomorrow. Here is what is happening beneath the surface. In the animal world, eating near someone is a sign of safety. A vulnerable animal does not eat. If the cat eats while you are nearby, they are telling you something without saying a word. I feel safe enough to let my guard down. That is not a small thing. That is everything. Step 6. Speak their language through sound. Cats communicate constantly, just not the way we do. And one of the most overlooked ways how to get a cat to like you is to speak back in a way they understand. First, your voice. Use a soft, higher-pitched tone. Cats are naturally more responsive to higher frequencies. This is not a myth. Studies have shown that cats respond more positively to voices that are gentle and slightly elevated in pitch. Think about how you would talk to a small child. Calm, warm, unhurried. Second, mimic their sounds gently. If the cat trills at you, you can make a soft clicking sound back. If they meow, answer with a quiet, short sound. You are not trying to have a conversation. You are signaling that you are paying attention, that you hear them, that their communication matters. Third, and this is one of the most powerful things you can do, purr back, not literally, of course, but make a low, continuous humming sound, like a gentle Cats associate low rhythmic vibrations with their mother, with safety, with comfort. A soft hum can be remarkably calming. There are still more steps, and some of them are incredibly surprising. Now, before we get to the most important steps, the ones that almost no one thinks about, take a moment right now and hit that like button and subscribe. It helps more than you know, and it means you will not miss what comes next. Write in the comments, have you ever earned a stray cat's trust? I read every comment, and I love hearing your stories. Some of the stories people share are genuinely incredible. All right, step 7, this is the one that changes everything. Step 7, the power of ignoring the cat. This is the step almost no one knows about, and it sounds completely backwards. Once the cat is comfortable enough to be near you, once they eat near you, once they let you touch them, the most powerful thing you can do is ignore them. Not forever, not coldly, but strategically. Here is why this works. A stray cat has spent their entire life being watched by predators, by other cats, by humans who stare or chase. To be observed is to be hunted. So when you sit nearby and do not look at them, when you read a book, look at your phone, or just gaze at the sky, you are sending the loudest possible signal of trust. You are saying, I am not watching you because I do not need to. I know you are not a threat, and I am not a threat either. Cats find this irresistible. A person who does not need their attention is a person who is safe. And many cats, even skittish strays, will walk right up to the person who is ignoring them because curiosity overrides fear. Try it. After the cat is comfortable near you, spend 10 minutes not looking at them. I bet you anything they end up closer to you than when you started. Step 8. Create a safe space. By now the cat trusts you, but trust alone does not make a stray cat feel truly safe. They need a space that is theirs. If you have an outdoor area, a porch, a garden, even just a quiet corner, create a shelter. It does not need to be elaborate. A simple box on its side with a soft towel inside placed against a wall so nothing can approach from behind. Cats feel safest when their back is protected and they can see everything in front of them. Leave the shelter in the same spot every day. Do not move it around. Do not force the cat inside. Just let it exist. Let the cat explore it on their own terms. And here's a detail that matters more than you think. Put something with your scent near the shelter. A worn t-shirt, a small cloth you have handled. Cats navigate the world largely through smell. When your scent is near a safe space, the cat begins to associate your presence with safety at the deepest, most instinctive level. Step 9. The transition indoors. If your ultimate goal is to bring the cat inside, and for many people, this step must be handled with extraordinary care. A stray cat has never lived inside. The walls, the ceilings, the closed doors, the echo of indoor sounds, all of it is unfamiliar and potentially terrifying. Do not just pick up the cat and carry them inside. That can undo months of trust in a single moment. Instead, if possible, leave a door propped open. Let the cat investigate on their own. Place food just inside the doorway. Then a little further, let them come and go, freely for as long as it takes. Days, weeks. There is no rush. If you cannot leave a door open, if you live in an apartment, for example, start by feeding them near the entrance. Then in the doorway, then just inside. Each time, let them retreat if they want to. The exit must always be available. Once the cat voluntarily spends time inside, with the door closed and shows no signs of panic, that is your signal. That is when you know they have crossed the threshold not just physically, but emotionally. Step 10. Patience is the final step. This is not really a step at all. It is the quality that holds all the other steps together. Patience. Some cats will trust you in a week. Some will take months. Some will take a year. And that is okay. Every cat has their own history, their own trauma, their own pace. What I want you to remember is this. Earning a stray cat's trust is not a project. It is a relationship. And the best relationships, the deepest ones, are never rushed. Cats do not give their trust easily. But once they do, it is something very special. Their love is calm, loyal, and deeply genuine. Think about the stray cats in your neighborhood for a moment. Maybe there is one you have been watching, one that watches you back, one that seems curious but keeps its distance. Now you know how to begin, not by chasing, not by forcing, but by showing up, by being patient, by proving one day at a time that you are not a threat, that you are something rare, something steady, something safe. Because sometimes the strongest love is not loud. It is quiet, patient, and constant. Because when we understand our animals better, we build stronger connections that last a lifetime. See you in the next one.